Your too muchness is the evidence of something extraordinary. A message in the voice of Carl Jung. People often ask me, Dr. Jung, what if I feel like I'm too much for this world? And to that I say, perhaps you are not too much. Perhaps the world has been too little. What if everything you've been told about your depth, your intensity, your refusal to settle for surface-level life was never a flaw? What if these were the markings of a rare kind of individual, a consciousness that exists ahead of its time? This world will try to convince you to shrink, to quiet your questions, to bury your fire. But hear me clearly now. Those who feel deeply, question endlessly, and live sincerely are not broken. They are extraordinary. You are not unstable. You are psychologically advanced. I once called it affect-toned complexes, emotional currents that run deeper than mere feeling. You don't just feel emotions. You are moved by them like oceans move beneath the moon. This is not fragility, it is refinement. And yet, if you suppress this depth to be more palatable, you don't become balanced. You become fragmented. Part of you conforms, the other rebels. This is what exhausts you, the war between who you are and who you're told to be. But I discovered something essential. When this emotional depth is embraced, it becomes not a burden, but a superpower. Let us speak of your curiosity. You ask why, not just what or how, but why. Why do people endure hollow relationships? Why do we accept broken systems? Why do we mistake comfort for connection? This questioning mind is not difficult. It is honest. It is what I call the transcendent function, a bridge between what is and what could be. But such vision isolates. Your clarity threatens illusions, and people defend illusions with their lives. That is why your truth feels like rebellion. That is why your honesty has been misnamed as cynicism. But I say this to you now, you are not here to entertain shallow waters. You are here to reveal the depths. Now let me tell you something about your independence. If you have learned to stand alone, it is not because you chose solitude. It is because solitude chose you. Often those who walk the path of individuation do so early, through pain, through betrayal, through necessity. They learn not to seek validation but to build their own roots. This is what you did. You rose from the ashes of dependency and claimed yourself. And though society may try to convince you that your self-reliance is a problem, I tell you, it is a milestone. But be warned. Independence invites admiration and envy. Some will try to possess what you've built. Others will feel threatened by it. You no longer seek to be completed by another. You seek companionship in growth, not salvation. And this is why your love is rare and often misunderstood. When you stop performing and start being, the entire energetic field around you shifts. You begin to attract what I once called psychological resonance, souls who vibrate with your truth. Now your intuition. Your gift of knowing without knowing how you know. I named it intuition, a valid psychological function, not a superstition. It is the voice of the unconscious guiding you before the facts can catch up. You read the room before words are spoken. You feel the sadness behind the smile. You carry the weight of energies that others don't even notice. This is not paranoia. It is heightened perception. But this gift must be guarded. If you do not learn psychological boundaries, this sensitivity will drain you. I have watched intuitive individuals become unconscious therapists, healing others while forgetting themselves. They regulate conversations, ease tension, absorb pain, and disappear into the needs of everyone around them. There is a danger here. You become so attuned to others that you neglect your own soul. You must remember this. Your intuition is sacred. Things must be protected. Learn to ask, who has earned access to my presence? If you crave meaning more than popularity, then know this. You are not choosing meaning. Your psyche requires it. You cannot lie to yourself for long. You cannot play roles that do not fit your spirit. And when you try, your body tells the truth. Anxiety, fatigue, depression. These are not illnesses. They are rebellions of the soul. Most people will live and die in fear of rejection. But you fear dying with your truth still inside. You are what I called an evolutionary catalyst. You push the boundaries of what is possible in human consciousness, not by preaching, but by being. You refuse to settle, and in doing so you remind others of what they gave up to belong. But this path is not easy. You will outgrow people and places. You will grieve what once fit and no longer does. Your growth will confuse those who loved your smaller self. Some will miss the version of you that shrank to keep the peace. But you cannot go back. Once you taste truth, it becomes impossible to swallow lies again. You may enter what I call the dark night of the soul, a sacred, painful time of isolation when the old has fallen away and the new has not yet arrived. But those who survive this night emerge radiant, whole. They find others who have walked through fire, and together they build new worlds. Your presence, dear one, is not ordinary. You carry what I name psychological holding space, a rare capacity to create room for others to be fully seen, fully felt, fully real. In your presence, people remember what it means to be human. But again, guard your energy. You cannot heal the world if you lose yourself in the process. Learn discernment. Learn to receive as deeply as you give. And finally, let me speak to the calling you feel inside. The ache, the whisper, the quiet certainty that you are meant for something greater. That is not fantasy. That is archetypal calling. The soul's desire to fulfill its sacred role in the unfolding of human evolution. You may not know the details yet. That is fine. But know this, your life is not just about you. It is about the awakening of the collective. You are a bridge between the unconscious and the conscious, a messenger from the future to the present. And this is why you cannot pretend. This is why surface things feel so hollow. This is why you would rather be alone than be false. Your psyche knows you were born to bring something rare. But beware of spiritual inflation. Do not believe you are better, only that you are different. Your strength is in humility. Your power is in sincerity. If you resonated with even half of what I've said, then know this. You are not too much. You are the mirror showing humanity what it has lost. You are not broken. You are ahead. And though this path is lonely, though it is misunderstood, though it demands more of you than most will ever have to give, it is necessary. For the world is aching for souls like yours. Your sensitivity is not weakness. Your depth is not drama. Your refusal to settle is not rebellion. It is bravery. You are the living proof that the soul still exists in a world that forgot how to feel. And if you are learning to accept yourself completely, then you are already doing the work of transformation. And in doing so, you give others permission to do the same. So I say again, you are not too much. The world is simply too little, and people like you are the ones who change that.